Loud. And then we're going on Facebook. All right, we should be live. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kimmy McBurney. I'm your host for the week with Shoe Spark Society. And today we have Jamie with us, the self-proclaimed social media agent. And I'll just say how I met you. You must have just friended me on Facebook. I don't think we know each other. We're not in the same market. And you just have such a presence. And I'm like, this girl is a powerhouse, and you have your social media agent course. So really, I just took note because I was like, anyone who can grab my attention and you're always doing things and in my feed is kind of worth talking to, because I mean, as you'll get into being agents, we obviously want to be noticed. So thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and so Shoe Spark Society, like I said, there's about a little over 200 members. We started in Asheville, North Carolina, so a majority of our members are from there, but we're really nationwide. So just speaking to women in real estate in general. So my first favorite question, which always kind of throws people for the loop, I need birth to real estate in like 5 minutes or less.
That's okay, because I come from a small town, so birth to 30 wasn't very big anyways. Grew up in a small town in Tennessee. Have 2 girls, single mom. I raised them. I'm now fixing to be 39, so I have been out of Tennessee just over 8 years. I came to Florida, fell in love with it. We were on vacation. I was just like, wow, like people are living here, like living a life. And I'm drawn to water. So moved, always said if I could find a place and get a job, I would move here. So came down for a week, found a place, found a job, moved 4 weeks later. Been here ever since. And when I moved here, I didn't really know a lot of people. Didn't know anyone, as a matter of fact, and got started in network marketing online. I previously worked in the hospital, had an accident with my ankle, wasn't going to be able to work. So I was like, okay, I've got to find something to do online. That's when I got into network marketing. I did that for 6 years. Grew an entire business working 100% commission based from my phone and from my computer, from Facebook and Instagram. And then would go home and people would say, you're doing this online. Why are you not selling houses online? And I probably listened to that for about 2 years before I got my real estate license. And here I am.
I love it. So where are you from in Tennessee?
Near Memphis, little small town. Yep. And McNairy County is what it's called, just a very little small town.
Okay. So far west. We're obviously in Asheville, so we're pretty close to East Tennessee. So I was curious.
Yeah, I tell everyone the ugly parts.
Yeah, we travel a lot in our RV, and I'm not gonna lie, we kind of try and avoid Memphis. But cool. And how old are your girls?
15 and 21.
Wow, I have 2 girls as well. They're 2 and 5. So
okay.
A little bit of a different stage in life.
Yeah.
Cool. And then so you were in the medical field when you moved to Florida, and you're in Destin, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So I was in the medical field working at the hospital, was working 12-hour shifts. And I just thought, there's got to be something more to this. And I would cry on the phone with my mom, dropping my daughter off in the morning. Like, I didn't do this. I didn't move here to put her in before and after school, because we didn't have grandparents. I couldn't just take her to grandma's house for the day. She was really with a stranger. And I just got to working online. I worked for a network marketing company for 6 years. They want their people to make money, or else they don't make no money. So when it was marketing, yes, we did sell products online. I built a team of over about 3,000 individuals over time, and all from social media. And then they trained us. We've worked with Facebook developers, we've worked with Pixar Studio producers, in really becoming the forefront of your social media.
That's awesome. Can I ask which network marketing company you're with?
Yes, I was with Thrive.
Oh, I don't even know
If
if I've
you've
ever
heard
heard of
it,
it.
it's nutrition. It is
Oh,
all it was, nutrition, supplement, vitamins. They market premium nutrition.
mm,
And yeah, so I did that, and I just seen where network marketing was kind of fizzling out a little bit. It was still there, but girl, I was working a lot harder my 6th year than I was my first.
yeah. Well, and honestly, anyone who comes from sales, I feel like real estate is such a natural progression because, your supplements, they're only so much money, right? They're $20 or $40 or $60. A house can be millions of dollars in one transaction. Like you don't have that sliding scale in something like supplements, but super cool. So how long have you had your real estate license?
For 2 years.
2 years. Awesome.
Yep.
And then what brokerage are you with now?
LPT Realty.
LPT. Cool.
Yeah.
We are a broker agnostic group. I'm personally with EXP, but we have ladies from all different brokerages, including LPT. So
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Have you always been with LPT or did you start somewhere else and moved?
So I have been one of those, and in anything, I want to find my home. I know what home will feel like when I get there. So I started with Keller Williams because that was the brokerage to go to when you get your license. One of my first meetings with them, one of the coaches said, "You can put this on your social media if you want to, but I don't really do social media. Someone schedules all my posts." And I was like, "Oh, this is not the place for me. This is not it." They did not have a social media network whatsoever. And I was just like, "No, this is not for me." So then I went to Realty One, which was here. It was more of a boutique. It was locally owned. It was more local people. And I thought, I really want to get in with the local people, the local realtors. That just wasn't feasible for me. It was more meetings going in, someone was feeding us lunch. They wanted us to show up for meetings. They wanted us to do what we called floor time, where you would answer the phones and that kind of thing. That is not why I got into real estate, was to get a 9-to-5 job. So I was like, no, I'm not really for that neither. And then I got with EXP, and I loved EXP, but it was, I guess, the process of how I joined, who I joined under. I didn't really have support. And when I tried to change my support, they said, "No, you have to leave for 6 months and then come back." And I was like, "Okay, well, then I will leave and I will give this a shot. And if it's not for me, I'll see y'all in 6 months."
I love it. Well, you kind of sampled it all, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, cool. Well, I love it. I love your background. So let's get into it. So you're in real estate, you're getting in your groove. Where did social media agent come from? Obviously it's kind of, I guess, just tying in your social media experience.
Yeah. So I'm just honestly doing my thing on social media. People say I kill it. It's weird for me to say I'm killing it on social media because this is what I've always done, So I'm doing good. I get my license. I took Facebook through the process of me studying for my test, of me taking my test, of me failing my test twice, and then
I failed once.
and then going back and doing it again, so they were there for that part of the story. Well, then they were there when I got my first listing in 4 weeks after getting my license. 2 weeks later, I got my next listing, and everyone was like, "Hold on a second. Like, how am I doing this?" And it was people on Facebook. "Hey, I've got a friend PCSing out of the area," because we are near a lot of military bases. So, I've got a friend PCSing. I seen you around that area. Yeah, absolutely. I can help them out. And then I was just, talking about what I was doing in real estate groups and asking questions, and people were like, "Whoa, like, what are you doing?" I didn't know that I was doing something that others were not tapped into yet. It has always come natural to me. So then I started getting the messages. How are you doing what you're doing? What are you doing? This, that, and another. So then I went to someone who I see as my coach, who has coached me through real estate and everything. And I said, I don't know what to do. Like, do I just sit down and tell them? And he said, no, you make a course. You teach them exactly what we've taught you. Because he was the one that had helped me with social media. It was more one-on-one with them. We do big groups and I still do it for a certain price a month I pay, and we get all this coaching and everything from him. And he keeps us updated on all the algorithms and social media news and that kind of thing. So it's like a funnel. So he said, I will help you create your course. He said, and it needs to be the blueprint of what got you to where you are. And I sat down, I went through everything. I developed it. Over time, I've made it a little better. I've added more things to it. Now I offer, so you have your course, you go through the course, it sets it up from, I'm setting up my Facebook, I'm setting up my Instagram. What do I do next? It takes you all through that. Even to when you are finished, then I have a social media audit that you can do. And that is where I will go one-on-one with you and screen share from our computers. And I will tell you, you have learned this much in the course. I see you implementing these, but we need to do this or we don't need to do that. So it's more like a critique of their whole social media and just kind of helping them out. And over time, I never expected it. It's just grown. I never knew so many people didn't know social media.
Yeah, I love it. And same, like I use social media a lot in my business. So I've been so drawn to you for that, because I'm always so intrigued for people who build their business through social media. And like I said, you are doing a great job. I would also say you're killing it, just because you figured out. And like I said, I use it for business too. And I get those comments all the time too. Or people recognize me now from Facebook in our local market. And I'm like, this is weird. Or Instagram.
Yeah, I'm like, who are you? You need to
I have a home inspection business as well. So it's more for the home inspection business, but they're like, yeah, you're that girl on Instagram. I'm like, that's weird. But anyway, so I take note of others who do well with the same. So question, when you were starting, I guess in real estate, me as well, there's like a trial and error. What were some things that you did or didn't do? And I don't want you to give away all your course tips, but like, do you personally resort on Facebook groups? Do you do a lot of reels? Like, do you have any like kind of broad strategy of where you kind of were testing out the market?
I show up every day. So if I'm not going to do a reel every single day. I'm not going to post a listing every single day, or something like that. I have almost kind of like a map, like, all right, I posted a successful day on real estate this morning. I'm from the beach. I love the beach. So tomorrow we're going to do more like lunch at the beach. This is my view for lunch, that kind of thing. Like, yes, I am a realtor. I am a real estate agent, but I do not have to throw that in your face every single day, because I'm your friend. If we ever are in a transaction together, I am your friend as well. I'm not just your realtor. So when you get on my social media, I want you to feel like you are interacting with a friend. You know my life just as much. And now I've made these great relationships with past clients, and they're commenting on my page or commenting on on different posts I'll make and saying, like, a picture of the beach, we absolutely love it here. You found us the perfect home. You are so awesome. I'm referring all my friends to you. And I'm just like, love y'all so much,
The beach. Thank you.
Right. But I have certain ones that would just push it, and they're just like, complimenting me and stuff. So that's really great.
So other than, obviously you're putting it out there, so you have your current friends and followers. How are you trying to grow, if at all? Like, I know a lot of people will create Facebook groups like I Love Destin, or they'll join a lot of Facebook groups and try and attract people that way. Like, how do you grow beyond your current following?
I add and delete people every day.
Okay.
I go through my alphabet. On Facebook, you have a CRM that can go as large as 5,000. More than that, if you can get followers. You get followers by creating reels. But if you focus on that 5,000, those are your friends. Their Facebook says, hey, there's a connection. So I go through my friends list. Recently, I just finished up on my ends. That's how far I've made it down. And I will, if I go to your page and you haven't changed your profile picture since 2020, and you do nothing but share a bunch of stuff, quotes and that kind of thing, you're not really doing much on Facebook. You're not interacting. I'm going to remove you, that kind of thing. If you are a family mom and you've got a picture of your family right there and y'all are at the beach, I'm going to go. And once I cross your name, I'm going to go, I'm going to love on some of your posts. I'm going to comment how beautiful your family is or something. If it's a recent picture, if it's from 2 months ago, I'm not going to say, hey, your family's beautiful. But then I just go through that. And so I'm deleting, but then people you may know is usually people you have more than 5 people in contact, like in common with. So I just go through and add. I just go through and add them. Sometimes people will say, hey, why are you trying to add me as a friend? And I'm just like, hey, I saw we had mutual friends, blah, blah, blah. They will either accept you or deny you. It does not matter. 9 times out of 10, they're still going to be watching you though. Other realtors, when I first got started in real estate, people would say, you're really good at blah, 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 but don't tell it too much to other local realtors because you don't want to create your competition. And I was like, no. And then I'm adding all these other realtors. And I mean, from all 50 states, when people are like, hey, I have a client who's going to be looking for an investment property in Destin, and I see you all the time on my Facebook. Can I send them to you? They will come to me before they get in one of those Facebook groups and say, I need someone in Destin. But then again, I have so many real estate friends on my page. When a post comes up like that in a Facebook group, 9 times out of 10, I'm mentioned because everyone knows me as the Destin, Florida girl. And you become
genius. I'm like mind blown right now. I'm going to my Facebook to see how many friends I have. I'll be honest, my business is mainly, the home inspections is mainly Instagram based. And I now have a YouTube thing for real estate, but I only have 1.7K friends. That's like
girl,
3,300 people that I'm just wasting.
letting sit there.
That's so genius. I love that. So strategically, if you're using social media, which I tell everyone, you've got to be on there, you got to have a presence, because we are also finding that clients, even if they don't find you on social media, they're vetting you on social media. They want to say, do you have a presence? What are you doing? Things like that. So I think that's genius. But to utilize the 5,000 friends as a CRM and going through and deleting, because I'm sure the 1.7K friends I have, like 600 are from college that I have no idea who they are.
Right.
Especially like you mentioned, you were new to a market. You've only been a real estate agent in Destin for 2 years. You've been there for a little bit longer, but not that long. And you seem to build a business. So I love it. So actively going through your Facebook friends. And then, like you said, also adding real estate agents from other markets for referrals is genius. So anything else, we talk a lot about Facebook. Is that your MO? And then do you just cross post to Instagram, or do you have any different strategies?
You don't cross post nowhere. That's not good for the algorithm. That's in my course as well. I stay very busy with my social media. That is my bread and butter to my business. I have been in real estate for 2 years. I've never door knocked. I've never done an open house. I've never had to. All my listings that I get, I blast on social media. They're gone before usually I can even get an open house done on them, because that's my marketing. I'm getting it out there. Just being right in front of, all of my Facebook friends on the daily. And that has really helped me.
Okay. So are you on Instagram and TikTok and any other ones? Or
I'm on Instagram. TikTok, not so much. I do have a TikTok, but in our training, my daughter never sends me a video, a TikTok of a real estate agent walking through a house. Not unless it's about a $4 or $5 million, like blow you away type kind of property. You know what I mean? So TikTok is not really a place where, you know, a realtor gets on there and does that. Now, for me with social media, I have been starting to do more and getting more traction, but I'm attracting other realtors. I'm not attracting a buyer. I'm not attracting a seller, that kind of thing. I will do on my personal TikTok, like where I'm just funny and goofy. And it's like, oh, wow, who's this girl? You know, that and dances with my kid and that kind of stuff. But even then, I have a link that will lead them to a step down of showing I'm a realtor. But TikTok is still in that what I call a first time home buyer stage. So they're growing up through TikTok.
Yeah.
If that
And I
makes
think
sense.
it's great. I mean, you've obviously picked Facebook. I think any social media professional will often recommend like, do your one. You know, so like I said, mine is Instagram. I do cross post, but with the theory of like, Instagram is my MO. That's where my followers are. That's where I gain my business. And I just cross post just so it's there. Like, just so I have a presence, but because it's funny, I used to put organic posts on TikTok and they would get like thousands of views. And then now I cross post and my cross posts get like 200 views. But I'm like, I don't know. It's just there to be a placeholder, but I get it. Like if you cross post or if you do the automatic posts, yeah, it's like, no, I see what you're doing.
Some of my reels now my Instagram, I get a lot of business from there too, but it's completely different from what I'm doing over here on Facebook because the algorithms are different. That's two completely different platforms that you're messing with, even though they're owned by the same company, two completely different platforms. So the reels that I may post on Instagram may not end up on Facebook. They may do really well on Instagram. Same way. I have some on Facebook that will do a lot better because it is Facebook content.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm going to go off on a little tangent. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Selfishly, I'm very interested. So you mentioned a coach because before you even mentioned him, I was going to ask, do you have a coach? How did you find the coach? You know, that kind of thing.
Yes, he is basically like a life coach, social media coach. We call him a social media nerd. He was hired by a leader that I had in my network marketing company. So a girl that I had signed up under was even higher than I was in this company. And she wanted us trained well, her team, to be trained well on how to get in front of people. You know, I mean, you see those network marketing girls, sometimes they'll just post a before and after. You're going to kill your algorithm. You can't do stuff like that. Like, and we were taught that kind of thing. So then we were taught the Facebook algorithm, when to post, what to post, how to warm up your Facebook feed in the morning to get seen in front of others. Like, girl, it is a whole science.
Good job.
Yeah. And it's a job, you know, and people will say, well, I will just outsource my social media and I let someone else do it. Well, that's fine, but and I will tell them, do not expect the results that you're seeing me get. You receive those same results by going out here and hiring someone to make posts that they're probably making the same post in different colors for about 9 other realtors, you know, so then you become looking like the pre-made fonts or the pre-made graphics and stuff that you see realtors use it, and all they do is change their picture and their contact info. You're not standing out. You have to stand out and not blend in with what everyone else is doing, which is where I teach branding. Again, I was taught that by my coach. It's all a science. It's like my profession, but I don't have a college that I can go to learn this. So I have someone I've hired that can teach me, that knows more than I do. I always am trying to learn from someone who knows more than what I do.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. Would you mind sharing his information, even if you can send it to me or if we can share it with others? Because like I said, even in my business, I have wanted to share what I know with others. And I love that you put the whole course together. So I'd love to know more about him. A couple of things you said. Yes, I tell that to people too. I admit I did pay somebody at one point because I was like, I'm too busy. I'm going to outsource it. Yes, they made it in different colors, terrible colors. Our company's colors are like military colors, even though we're not military, like army green, black, white, purple, orange. And I was like, I'm so embarrassed by my past news feed. So, and I've heard some people speak, Ed Milet, somebody else, John Cheplack, they have millions of followers in their audience. They said the only thing they do not outsource is social media. They said, would you know if I didn't write it? Yes. So I always tell people, if you're going to take social media seriously, outsource everything else. Get
Everything.
a TC, get a showing
Yep.
agent, get a buyer's agent. Do not outsource your social media. You can see it, you can tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's super powerful. What was I gonna say? Coach, love it. So then your coach, this coach helped you create your course, or you went through Kajabi, right?
Yes.
Like, do they help with that? How does that kind of unfold? Course
So,
creation?
so they can, I mean, you can go in there and say, create me a course on this, but it is like repeat like, it's not me, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, no, like, I need the outline of the course, but I need to put in the information, because whatever Kajabi was trying to teach you had nothing to do with what I was trying to do. So, I just removed everything they had put in and inserted my own. You know, with my coach, it was his idea to say, you have got something people want to learn, because he doesn't teach real estate. He doesn't teach, referrals and referral networks and that kind of thing. He helped me as far as organizing my links, connecting it to my own webpage. So where some people have, blah, blah, blah at lptrealty.com home search or something like that. Mine is www.jamiecombs.com. It is simple. It is my name. It is my brand when you go to it. And then that way you can get connected to a home search, or get a link to learn from me, or get a link to my PCSing guide or my first time home buyers guide. If you have information on moving, you can send me your contact info and I can connect with you. Like, it's a whole source, but it is me. Yes, LPT Realty is on my page because, that is my brokerage and I have to put it in there and follow compliance and that kind of thing. So it's there, but it's tasteful. It matches my brand colors, but you're not getting on that page and it's just an LPT page that they made for me. However, they did make one for me, but I just don't use it.
Fair. Okay, so many questions. Let me back up. Coach, course. How long did it take you to make your course?
About 2 months.
Okay. And you said it's evolving. So that's kind of nice too, that you're always going back and putting stuff in. And I love that it's also evolving to like the social media audit, like almost like a coaching level. Like, I think that's so valuable, because same, like someone could go take your course and then, but to apply it is a whole nother ball game. So I love
I
that.
always say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And I've had some people that have bought my course and didn't even take it. They haven't even started it.
Isn't
And
there
I'm
a
like,
statistic that like 80% of people, or it's like 90% of people never finish an online course?
really? I'd not heard that, but it almost makes sense. Well, I've had a lot of people finish mine, so that is good. But I do go in and see how completed everyone is. And there's some that's just not even started it. And I'm like, what was the point of this?
And then I love, wait, hold on. You're tracking, you're doing that. I keep losing my questions. Okay, questions I've written down. What are you doing as far as like funnels and CRM? I know you said you use Facebook as like a CRM, but are you doing anything now that you have such a following, or like with Facebook, to put them into CRM, or what's your tech beyond social media?
So usually it'd be a Facebook post. This morning I was showing condos in Destin. I got a couple of comments on it. A girl reached out and said, hey, me and my husband have been thinking about buying investment property down there. We come to Destin and vacation all the time. I just said, let me send you my website. Just click buyer consult and it will set you up. Like it will tell me everything you need. That will then take her information, put it into my Chime CRM, and then I will go in and attach a drip campaign to her, which is so many touches. I have a drip campaign for buyers, potential sellers, and families that are PCSing to the area, as well as visiting the Emerald Coast. I have a guide that I made visiting the Emerald Coast, because everyone's like, what is there to do? Where do you go? That kind of thing. So I have that. It has information on the condos and with it. At the end of it, it tells them I hope they've enjoyed their vacation, or that they will enjoy their vacation when they come down. If they ever think about looking to make the Emerald Coast their home, or buy as an investment property, their second home, I would love to help. And it's got my information there with it. And I don't drop as much on those, but I will drop every 3 months or so just to check in. And I'm in the process of also doing a newsletter. I've not done one yet because I feel like they are so, everyone does one. So I'm trying to do some unique touches to it. And then just kind of drop it in there every so often.
So something you should do, and I'm thinking about it too, but I need to figure out how, instead of doing newsletters, because we do so much on social media. We saw someone speak. She spoke with She Sparks. I'll have to find the recording. She's big on YouTube. She would send a newsletter, but she would make a thumbnail of a video she posted on Instagram. Like you said, even if you're just at the beach, like top 5 beaches in Destin, and then the video is the view at the beach, and it's a thumbnail picture, but if you click it, it goes to your social media. So you would almost just be repurposing your social media. So not to create more effort to like think this newsletter, but just having emails for all those people who don't log into social media every day, just emails that like, I almost want them to like automatically like pull from my Facebook. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
I love that. So that answers my question. So Chime CRM. So are you intentionally having a call to action like in every post, or are you strategic about that? No.
Very strategic. It's called attraction marketing.
Okay.
I attract what they don't even know that they want. A lot of it is just consistency. Posting at the beach for lunch. Just finished up a day of showings. This is my view. I'm on the bay. Sometimes I'll even do going down into the 30A area, which is our very luxury properties. I mean, it's really high end down there. Video. I'll just, tell my daughter, hey, let's just go down to 30A and be tourists for the day. I'll go in, I'll video. I'll go to my favorite little pizza place there, video our pizza, take a picture of our pizza. I mean, she knows when it's mama's content day, we are contenting all day. Driving down the road, the sun's shining, the palm trees, I will record it. Like, it's just this is my life. This is what I'm doing. Now I'm going to bring you into it. And just becoming that visual to people. If I'm not even trying to sell you or get you to buy a home, look at where I'm at. Or talking about how I just helped a local military family, PCS, to the area, and got them set up and helped them before they moved into their home, and did video tours virtually and that kind of thing. I will go in and say, look at this, or like this gorgeous living room, take a picture of it, doing a virtual showing for my military family today. I'm so excited to get them here. That kind of thing. Well, then that's when you start getting, hey, I'm in a military location too. I would love to be referral partners from other realtors. Or, hey, I've even had them where they say, we're going to be PCSing to that area in January. I would love to keep your contact info and stay up. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just becoming that on Facebook. You're not going to see, I have a cat. I don't have any dogs. I don't have any little kids. So I'm not going to get on here, and post a bunch of stuff like that. That does not pertain to me, or dog information, or a dog park or something. I don't have a dog. I have no reason to be at a dog park. But I relate to people through my social media posts.
Yeah. And I think that's important. I heard something that along the lines of like, you're not documenting, or not, it's not content creation. You're just documenting your everyday and repurposing it into real estate. Like you said, you're just going to the beach and attracting people to that same lifestyle. And there's no need to be a dog person, because there's plenty of people who like the beach without liking dogs,
Right.
Like,
but if you are a dog person, I would highlight different dog parks in your neighborhood. If you've got one that you think is, hey, amazing, and you drive 10 minutes for it, post your dog playing in that dog park that morning. It's a great neighborhood. Who wouldn't want to live here?
Yeah. Or agents that are like newer agents. I don't have anybody. I don't go preview a neighborhood. Go give yourself a self-guided home tour. Do whatever you want to do and document it. That's so genius. Okay, I'm jumping around. Another thing that I thought was genius for your course to help it grow is the referral program. Or like, is that what we would call it?
The affiliate program.
The affiliate program. Yeah. So where did that idea come from? I guess from your coach, or is that something Kajabi helps you put together?
So I actually went to a women's conference in Virginia and spoke to them about social media a few weeks ago. And while I was there, everyone was like, I would love to take your course, or some people that were there had already taken my course and loved it, and they were getting traction on social media. And a girl asked me, she said, do you have an affiliate program set up with it? And I said, no, because at first that's not exactly what I was thinking it was going to be. I didn't think people would want to refer, like I'm new. I'm just trying to tell you what I know, and people would say, no, like I feel like that would even help it more. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to look into it. So I did, and got it going and figured out a good price point. Now if you can either refer someone, you make $24 for every referral. You also have the option to give them 20% off, where you can create your own coupon and give your own discounts out for people to join up underneath you. And there, because it's not about the money for me. Yes, it's a good, supplemental income if I should need it, but it's more, I just saw it as I'm going to be able to help even more people than what I am. And I'm going to be able to help moms who are maybe struggling in their real estate right now. And hey, if they can refer 4 agents, to this social media course, that's an extra $100 almost for her for the week. I had one girl who I love her to death, is a great friend of mine in Houston, has referred quite a few people from her brokerage and has made over $800 just from referring people into my course. I know. And I'm like, and she's like, but they love it. And they see what I'm doing with my social media, and then they're doing it with their social media. And it's just started spreading, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I love it. You've motivated me. I mean, I think it's that same secret sauce of network marketing or a broker just like EXP or LPT. People say it's a pyramid scheme, but I think it's ingenious because we are all invested in each other's success. You know what I mean? Like, in referring people and affiliate programs, like it just spreads the word in the best way possible. And I think that's genius. So I love that about yours. And I think another sentiment I love about social media is, someone told me a long time ago, I was speaking to an audience and they're like, well, this is great. How do you get business? And I'm like, I do this, I speak to people. And they're like, well, you can only speak to so many people in a day, but with social media, like we said, with real estate sales, it's exponential. You can talk to millions and millions of people a day. So I think it's so genius what you're doing. Any other things? I mean, we could like to kind of keep it a little bit around this time. Any other thing I haven't mentioned? Obviously, I'm going to share my affiliate link with the group so they can sign up for your course. But any other overall tips and tricks that are your favorite to share with people?
Just be consistent and don't be afraid to be who you are. I don't come from a lot of, I tell everyone, I don't come from a rich family. I don't come from, a family who could send me off to college or anything like that. I was on food stamps from the time I was 17 and become a teen mom up until I was 31, and I was already living in Florida. Network marketing got me off of food stamps. And I relay that to everyone. I'm not ashamed of it because, I wouldn't have been able to feed my girls sometimes without it. So don't be ashamed of that, because there are women on my page that are like, wow, I feel like I have been in your same shoes before, but seeing you get through it and get out of this and doing better and now running a business, it inspires me to know that I can do something better too. And I never, share it to inspire anyone. You have a story. Don't be ashamed of it. So I don't come from a real estate family. I'm not third generation of anything like some people are. Like, I don't have those type of connections, but I'm me and I'm real. And on my Facebook, I will make you laugh and I will make you cry, and we will just have a good old time together watching me down by the beach. And people know that, they know that they feel like they know me personally. I would have people meet me when I met them in Virginia, and they would say, feel like I know you. Like you've been on my social media for so long. I feel like I'm standing here with a friend right now.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that good. That's what I'm trying to do because you are my Facebook friend. And you just have to show up every day, treat people that way, interact. Don't be afraid to like and love. And, in the mornings when you're getting ready or whatever, and get up 20 minutes earlier so you can spend 20 minutes on Facebook that morning, if that's what it takes, because you want to kickstart it in the morning anyways. That's a good time to do it. Morning, midday, night. Those are peak times for Facebook. Instagram is a little bit different. They all have their own different times. But just show up and be consistent and it'll pay off.
I mean, you're scrolling anyways, might as well just hit those likes as you go by.
Right. Be careful though, because you start hitting likes on some stuff like somebody working on their diesel truck or something like that. Like you're going to get a lot of those type posts,
Well,
so
that's why you have to scrub your 5,000 friends and make
That's
sure
right.
they're the right ones.
that's right.
I honestly think I wrote that down when I started. I'm gonna tell everybody, get 5,000 friends and make sure you keep up on it. I love it. So thank you so much. So I will tell people, I will share my affiliate link to your course. I love it. I think it's great. But also you have a Facebook group that I'll share because that
Okay.
is free content, right? I mean, you've got
Mhm.
people in there that, you kind of just give your tips and tricks. And then I like also following you. I like to follow people because every time I see you post, I'm like, oh, okay, gotta get back at it. Like, it's almost like a metronome. I'm like, okay, if you don't think you're that person, follow somebody who is, get in the room, get in the social
Yeah.
media room, like follow the people who you want to emulate and do what they're doing.
Absolutely.
No, I love it. Cool. Well, thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll be in touch in social media world. And I travel in an RV, so I'm going to come visit you in Destin.
Hey, come on. I'll show you around. I've got all the great places.
I love it so much. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I really appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.